Hi, we're so awkward. I'm Brooke.
I'm Rachel.
Ooh, it's coming up summer. We got some excitement coming up because it's sunny again. Yay!
Yay!
We're making something really fun this month. What are we making, Rachel?
We're going to be making the Windsock pop-ups by the Gypsy Quilter.
Yes.
We saw this when we were buying our trash can pop-ups, and we thought this would be really fun to have a windsock.
Yeah. It's just like we already kind of know how to make it, and now we're just gonna increase the intensity and difficulty level.
Yeah, and I'm using some. It's not in a roll, but it's a jelly roll that I bought in 2017.
I'm using a jelly roll that probably I bought last year.
So yay!
Using
some stash.
Yes, use your stash. So, hey,
Let's get sewing.
yes.
This pattern has two options. There's a swirl and a striped. Can you guess which one we're doing?
Let's see. We like
The
to make
harder
things harder
version.
than others. Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the swirl version, and we're also gonna make our the tails for the windsock. You have the option of making them one-sided, like single fabric, or a doubled up fabric. So we're doing the doubled up fabric
Of course we are.
to make it's more tubes, people.
More tubes. We like tubes.
We love the tubes here. It's so awkward.
Don't forget to tie your tubes.
Oh my God.
Excited to announce that the studio now has a new floor. And now we can have fun even more.
We can have races.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a race later. Whee! Now I'm getting dizzy.
I'm sitting here going to cut my fabrics, and I take a look at my rotary cutter. What is going on? Is somebody using this with greasy fingers? Or using it when I'm not around?
It's like somebody
I'm
grabbed
gonna try to polish it.
Yeah, get some rubbing alcohol and maybe some Windex, but
I was thinking barkeeper's friend.
is that a solution?
Yeah, it's this stuff that you use to clean sinks and
I've never heard of it.
like
Barkeeper's
Instant
friend.
pot.
Oh. Update on the progress. I've so far cut out the first requirements, which are the inside pieces. So this is going to be the inside of the main tube. And these are going to be the insides of the tails, because you could do them double-sided. If you see here on the picture, they only have theirs single-sided, and you can see the seam allowance, the edging, hemming all done, and it's kind of like, I liked a little bit more professional look to it. So I'm using the same color of the inside and the top bands as the inside of the tails. I thought that would be kind of fun. And Rachel's going to be doing multicolored inside and outside.
Because my jelly roll didn't come with any of the same fabric pattern. So mine's gonna just be extra, like me and guac.
Hardest part of the day,
This one.
choosing our layout. It's a very distinct method that goes into this.
No, I think I'm gonna do that, and then these will be my extra tails. What do you think?
Approved. And there's my layout.
Scariest part.
And no, I'm not using batiks. That's just how they look.
I thought they were batik.
Are they?
Yeah. You can't get that look without with it. Not,
I didn't realize these were batiks.
and I thought mine were batik, and they're not.
Well then, realization. So we have our swirl create, and we're supposed to mark where we're going to be attaching the stabilizer. And so it's 4 inches down here, 6 inches right up here, which makes total sense in my math brain. But I'm sure it will look good when it happens.
Don't forget, press your seams open, not closed like I did.
And me, because then when you have to redo it, you can burn your fingers.
Yeah.
Nice skirt, by the way. That looks
Thanks.
familiar.
Yeah, I saw it on an episode of So Awkward.
How lovely.
It's that time of the month for our monthly tip. Just the tip. Today, when we're making our swirl windsocks, we need to apply some stabilizer to the backs of our swirl. And I don't want to get my ironing board or my iron sticky from the residue on the interfacing. So I have a, it's a rubberized, it's called the Precision Fusing Mat from Precision, that's hard to say, Quilting. And it's just like this, like a non-stick kind of mat. And it comes with this Teflon sheet, and it's all iron safe. You use this like if you're going to be doing applique as well, and you just iron over, so it glides really easy, and also keeps your your ironing board and your iron from getting sticky. Hope that helps.
Now it's time to sew our swirl into a tube, and it's confusing.
Yeah.
But I think I figured it out.
You have to measure down here and mark, and measure here and mark.
So you fold it in like this.
Whoa.
Nope.
That's not right.
That's not right.
Okay, try it again. You match up the marks somehow.
I don't know where my mark is.
Do you mark it
My mark is gone.
upside down? I don't know.
My chalk has marker there.
Well, use mine, because mine has more.
Oh!
How did you do that?
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
That one's 6.
Yes. I think I figured out the tube.
Okay. Whoa.
Like that. So you gotta make sure that your marks are there.
Match up your marks. Wow. I can't wait to try with mine.
Might help to put the marks on the other side so that you can see it better.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. This is really awkward to sew. So you kind of have to finagle it around this corner here. It's not a corner, but it's a really extreme curve.
It's a forced curve.
Yeah.
But I am done.
But if you pretend it's a straight line, then you can do it. It's easy. She did it. Yay. Now what?
Now lunch.
Lunch. Okay. Should go to Burger King or Dairy Queen. Ah. We're attaching our bands to the top bottom edge of our swirl tube.
And they actually like fit.
I know, look at that. It's like there's no gape. Well, there's a gape there, but that's just because it's not held taut. But yeah, it fits perfect, like a puzzle.
Perfect. We're now on the portion of making our strings to attach the windsock to with the little hook. And we have our selected color, and we have to cut them and make them into strips. And I must say, this little sasher that Owen made us on his 3D printer has been used so much. This thing is awesome, and just this tiny little piece saves a lot of headache and burnt fingers. Thank you, Owen.
We're doing the inside layer or tube right now, and pinning our strings that we created. 2 things. 1, make sure you put your string through the swivel clip before you pin it down. That way you won't forget like we did. The other thing is, it's very confusing, but for this step it says pin end of one string to the right side of inside starting at the bottom edge. So that is pinning to the right side of your fabric, but the inside piece. So make sure your right side is up. And yes, my clouds are sideways. We're not going to talk about it.
But you are.
But I am. We're at the sort of halfway point. Look, I made a bib.
I made a handbag. Woohoo! And look, we have our colors are
The opposite.
opposite of each other, which is funny. This is on the outside of the inside.
Yeah.
Not this way. This way.
Yeah.
And this is confusing.
And my clouds are sideways, but we're not talking about it. So bonus tip of the day. We're trying to turn these tubes inside out, which you know is not easy. One thing we found was there's an actual tool for this. I don't know what it's called, but I don't have it, so I'm doing something else. You get a boba straw from boba drinks, or just a really thicker straw, or whiter straw. You take another straw and shove it into the hole there, and then you can just turn it inside out like that. But before you pull out the other piece, make sure you pop your corners so that you have nice crisp corners.
We're working on pinning our tails and sewing them to the inside piece with the wrong side of the tails touching the right side of the inside fabric.
Basically, you want both right sides up.
Yes, you're looking at the right sides.
Of both fabrics.
Yes.
What the F is going on with this? And I said, well, first we have to unpin the dangles and shove the baby back in. So we're gonna put itself back in itself.
But we've got the spring inside.
I can't get the tape.
We got the spring all the way inside, and you pin it because you don't want the spring to pop up after you cut the tape off. And now Rachel's trying to find her tape and trying to cut her tape, and she can't cut her tape.
It's made of like industrial strength sticky. It's like electrical tape or something.
It is electrical tape.
Oh, well, that's why then. Oh my gosh.
The struggle is real.
I have to get my other one now.
Good luck.
We're on the last step before you sew it. So to get rid of the raw edge on here, it says to fold it in a half inch on each side, on each tube, and then put it together. So we're making a nice folded closed edge. And then you also need to have your string clipped in there so that when you sew your top stitching, your string gets caught in there, and then you're supposed to back stitch over the strings.
To add support for the wind.
For that strong wind.
Yes. This month's plant of the month is the peony. A peony is a late spring bloomer, early summer bloomer, and they can be really fabulous showers if you really like just a gorgeous floral garden. They grow from rhizomes in the soil, which are like, tuberous like things, and they do like a lot of good light, and they could grow enormous. So having cage structures around them can help them from toppling over, because this is a single blossom, but they also have like a multi-blossom head, and they can get really heavy. But you can also use peonies for edible purposes, and you can make jellies and other things with them. So it's really also a fun thing to have. They do like a good blooming fertilizer starting around March, April. You start to see those tips start to poke out of the ground. That means it's time to fertilize them. So they are definitely a fabulous attraction to have in your garden. They come in many colors. Enjoy. We are done.
Yay!
Almost.
Almost.
We still need to pop the spring. Shall we?
Yeah, we shall.
Okay. Yay! It's so cool.
Yeah, and that's a wrap for the pop-up, the pop-up Windsock from Gypsy Quilter. What did you think, Brooke?
So, the outcome is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I would totally make this as a gift for somebody. Once you kind of got more familiar with the wording and the pattern, it really threw off my thinking in there. So
yeah, there was a lot of inside, outside, top, bottom.
Yeah, it's very wordy that way. It could be a little bit more edited, improved.
Yeah, that was the only confusing parts for us, was which side do you pin stuff to and which edge, because there's so many.
Yes, the pictures did help, but still, it's like there was a couple times where Rachel had to pause me and I had to like, whoop, I almost made a couple big mistakes. So
Yeah, I originally bought the fabric for this to do a wall hanging, but I think I really like it in this because it gives some dimension to the pattern on the fabric, gives a little bit more dimension.
Yeah.
And more interest.
Yes.
So.
And definitely I recommend doubling up your legs.
Yeah.
Because just a single one it just wouldn't look very good, and this gives it a lot more weight.
And it's finished.
More finished.
It's all finished. It's not going to come apart.
Nope.
They recommend on the pattern, if you're going to have it outside, to put some Scotch Guard or some kind of fabric protector on it so that, you know, it won't get weird.
Yeah, it'll just keep it more, it'll just protect it more against the sun and the elements. So
yeah,
this is fantastic.
How many fat quarters would you give it?
We'll give it a 4.
Okay. I'd give it a 3, just because it's wordy pattern and it's time intensive. This was not fast and easy like I thought it was gonna be.
No.
But I really enjoy it. I thought.
And I do recommend getting a jelly roll for this.
Yes.
It doesn't say jelly roll, but get a jelly roll and then
save yourself some time and a headache.
And then you could choose a solid for the inside. But the jelly roll, you could even double like she did. She used 2 different pieces of jelly roll for each leg, and it works great.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
Saved a lot of time.
Yep.
So
anyway, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And until next time, don't forget to be so awkward.